guys. Alright, first guys, let's get the appropriate tools. Flashlight came in off flea bay. Let's take it apart, see what it does. Tools, MGD. AAA battery holder, 3 of them. The very, very end comes off. On the very end, there's the very end, a little O-ring. Those air gun guys know what O-rings are. The lens. Notice this is a convex lens. It's curved. It's a cheap one. It's plastic. This is a slider focus. And it doesn't come off. There's got to be a way to get this off. You look in here, because I've already done it. Try to give you a better picture. Yeah, now I'll give you a better picture. It's an aluminum piece. You can see the star inside there, or the Cree bulb. It's an aluminum piece. You see a cutout there. It doesn't have that. I did that. This has already been a part. Alright, so now we got to get that aluminum piece out. Or the pill. This is how I did it. I took some pliers, whatever you got that can spread. Push this all the way down. Get in there on the sides. Put outward pressure. You do have to fumble with it a little bit. But it unscrews counterclockwise like anything else. A little bit of a pain, but ain't the end of the world. Ah, he falls out. And this slides off. Cheap little flashlights. Got double O-rings there for double O-rings for a water seal. That's pretty nice for a cheap little flashlight. This is inside this. Slides out. This lip stops it, so you got to take this out. Once this is out, I took a Dremel, but you could do it with a hacksaw blade or anything similar. And I put this little groove in it, this little groove right there. Now it'll be a hell of a lot easier to take apart again. And you take a screwdriver, stick it in that groove, and spin it. It'll be a lot easier. It's worth taking the 20 seconds to do that. 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, this is the important part. This is called the pill. There's a black piece of plastic around here. It's pressed in. It pulls the light bulb in place. This is the original Cree. It must be Delrin or some other high heat, high conductive plastic. But it seems to do the job. We got to get that out. What I did is I took a knife, a sharp pocket knife, and I sticked it here, and I just press this sucker in. I put a cut in this piece of Delrin plastic. once I got the cut, I could just pop it out. You see that? I went flying. It's like a spring from one of the guns. Wonderful. Now I got to get up and go get it. And the camera's in the way. I got to take the long way around. It actually did. Here's that little black piece of plastic. I thought the little sucker would melt. Notice the groove from the sharp knife or a small screwdriver after you make the cut. Pops right out, presses in. I thought the sucker would melt, but I tested it and it doesn't. So there's our parts. Okay. Now it's time for a sip of beer. Successfully rip this flashlight apart. It'll take you. This, hoping you can see it well. Yeah, it's hard for me to look and see if you can see it. This is the star in there. It's loose. It wobbles around. There's two wires. Red for positive, minus for negative. Your job is to take this star out, this assembly, and we put in the new one. Go get the soldering iron, and we're going to do just that. I hope so. Let's focus in on that star. Alright, my big fat hands are going to get in the way, but what we're going to do is just desolder this. The red wire is plus. I think that's blue or black, it's hard to tell. It's minus. Let's desolder it. It's not real hard. Actually, let's do this first. Pry it up a little bit so we can get to it. It's handy to have little screwdrivers and stuff around. There we go. Now with that in my hand, I can kind of heat that pad up and slide that off to the side. I hope. Oh, come on, quit arguing with me. One's off. Oh, come on. Ow. This is the Cree on its star. And all you're going to do is replace this with the parts that I have listed. Back where you can see it. All we're going to do is replace this with the parts we have. With the OSLON chip on the star. This is where the flow solder is. Now, zoom out. Set that down for a second. This star that comes with the unit, this so happens to be 20 millimeters. 20 millimeters. It's no accident that that OSLON star mount for $1 on DigiKey is 20 millimeters. This was picked out for you. You can literally just take this with your OSLON star, pop it in the unit, drop it in the unit, put it back together, you're done. But you got to solder the plus and minus. I don't have any of those 20 millimeter stars. I'll get this little 16 or 17. Got the OSLON already flow soldered on it. I bought a whole pile of these a year ago. I'm going to use them. You might want to take this Cree and store it so you can come back later and use it again. Put the flashlight back together for a white light. I can hear less. What I'm going to do, since I can't drop it in here because it will fall right through to the board, I should show you that, shouldn't I? This is the driver board. Got the spring, it's just a pressed in fit. Put it along the edge. Give it a little give it a little tap. Yeah, do it that way. Put it back in here. You don't need to take this out, I'm just taking this out to show you. This is just a pressed in fit. Here we go. This is the driver board. You don't need to replace this, you don't need to take it out. You don't even need to know it. But if you wanted to do an advanced build, you would have to change this to something else. That's why this light was picked out. It had a compatible driver board already in it. Put it back in. As you can see by my wonderful use of tools, this isn't rocket science. Alright, just press back and they're nice and flat. Alright. My star drops right through there. It doesn't sit in there. It's just nice. It's too damn small. I'll turn this Cree over. See, I'm not even turn it over. I think I need the room in there. I'm going to hack off the top of this. Turn it over and then mount my star to this star like this. I want to do that, but I'm not going to put it in order just for that one little thing. A little pair of pliers, Jill. I'm just hacking this off. Good enough. I just trashed a $4 Cree bulb. But it's a white light. A little alarm flashlight was $7. I just don't care. Now I'm going to JB weld my started out. So like I said, you don't have to do this. You'll just be ready. You just take your one that says OSLON on it that's already full. You drop it inside of 2 bushes. This is another step for me. Okay. I'll turn the recorder off, go get the JB weld and weld it down. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. JB weld quick, which I don't particularly like. It's there. Time to put this back together. I'm just going to add just a little bit more solder to both of these. Minus was blue. Second. Let's do that. There's a little fumbling involved I'm not happy with that soldering actually. Okay, star is now soldered here. Back in a minute. Alright, well, I'm back. Let's play a little cleanup. See it? Yeah. Let's go. It's soldered. Put back in there. Now it's time to put it back together. Oh, got to come off the seat. Got our negative or positive hooked up. Pretty good connections on both. Make sure that these wires go through the little grooves and holes on the side. Press it down. Put this little piece back on there. And all this does is hold it in place. This thing isn't even glued down. Well, this presses in there a little bit. So we need something to press in there. A socket, work, this, that. I'm just going to I'm not showing you. This little black plastic needs pressed in there better. You could use a socket, you could use something. I'm just going to use this little jump flashlight that way. I'm going to get up and go get a socket. Popped it out, put it on top. Looks good, it's back in there. That's what it looks like. Just put my little normal flashlight. Alright, put it back together. Alright, how does it go? Right. First this, the double O-rings. Probably be a little smoother, put a little silicone on these O-rings. We know all about silicone. Then this goes pushed down and this get dropped in. This is where that little groove comes in that I made. The groove that I told you about earlier. Just makes it easier. Alright, now I could easily take it apart, put it back together, change bulbs, do what I do. Goes back together. It came apart. Plastic first O-ring. That's how you should put it back. That's good. Put it back together just like this. Just like it came apart. Alright, back together. I am not going to use double A's. I've got 18650s. I like them. It does wobble in there a little bit. It seems to work just fine. Big enough spring, big enough connectors. One could easily just take a piece of cardboard or something and wrap it a little bit to make it tighter. This holds it pretty darn tight. Alright. Just so happens that I'll put the on switch that it's on. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this through the camera. I guess you can. You can see that. I think you can see it. It's light. I'm going to guess that's high. That's off. Strobe. No, that's high. You just kind of half tap that. That's low. That's strobe. The strobe's useless, but hey, that's what we got. It was a mind-boggling 20 bucks. It is a cheap little light. It is what it is. If you watch the Rollways builds, he's gone through a heck of a lot of lights. I've got other lights. I've made other lights. This isn't my first light. This is actually number 13. No, number 12, I'm sorry. I've made bigger lights. Here's an example. The lens on this, the lens, which is what's important, every build has got the same LED inside. Every one. The lens is 27 millimeters, 28 millimeters. Here's a little bigger light. The lens in this is 37-38. This light throws farther. Somebody had mentioned the T20. The stock T20 has got 37-38 millimeter lens in it. It might be a better lens. It might go 10 yards further. This 18650 as well. This throws farther than this. This is actually kind of big, kind of heavy. Rollways build. There's some big like these. Some big lights. He called that one the T66. That wasn't his favorite. It was the biggest light. That was in this area. You pick something that's a little smaller, really not maybe. Had a zoom. Had a couple of modes. This is the light that's going to go on my gun. The little one. This is the light that's on my gun now. It sees good out to farther than I need to see with the pellet gun. You want to shoot farther? This is a bigger light. This is comparable to the stock T20. I like this one better. This one doesn't have any modes. This is on off. Out of focus. It's fine. I can't recommend this particular light. This is 20 bucks. This was 25 or 28 total, everything. I'm done. There is one small problem with this $12 light. It's 26 millimeters wide. 1 inch is 25.4. If you have a universal light clamp that's going to sell dirt cheap, you don't care. Here's what it looks like in a 1 inch scope ring. There's a little bit of gap. I just used some longer 6/32 screws, I think. 832, 632 screws. What are they, like a 1/2 inch, 3/4? I'm happy with that. If you want to be a purist, you could take your Dremel and grind out just a little bit right along these edges and clamp down more. I've got tons of these in a box. This is fine just the way it is.